welcome to the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. So today we're back out here at the 100 acres. So we're up by the home site. So kind of behind me and in this area is where we've been clearing. It's a coolish day. It was this morning. This afternoon it's supposed to warm up to the high 70s, so it's going to get warm. But today, one thing I wanted to focus on is trying to get some of this area over here cleaned out, kind of where the septic's going to be. We're hoping that this coming up summer we'll work on getting that installed, so work on going through getting all the permits and stuff we need, and then working on, kind of getting it put in. It's something that we should be able to do. I'm going to see about what we have to do to take the test and everything, but with the lay of the land, we want to try to kind of get it cleaned out to begin with, because we do have to have a soil sample back here. So right now this is kind of what we're looking at. So you can see some of the area we cleaned up already, and that's going to be kind of house. Come this direction, and let's see, so like a couple of smaller trees right there, that's going to be kind of the edge of the pole barn house, and then everything this direction will be kind of yard slash the septic. So we're going to kind of measure out. We're figuring if we do like a normal finger system, that we'll need about 100 by 50. So we're just going to kind of measure that out and see kind of what makes the most sense. We didn't bring a laser level with us to get exact elevations, but we'll be able to get kind of an approximate just to kind of start getting stuff cleaned up. There's not too much in here, a lot of small stuff, and then some of the bigger dead stuff that we'll just kind of push into a pile and then grapple out of here. So not too much. A lot of this we actually may just need the bush hog, kind of chop some of this up, and then some of the smaller trees and stuff we can see about getting taken out, or anything that's kind of got a big curve to it, see about getting that out. Nice thing with having the stump grinder now is we can cut the bigger trees and then just grind the stumps. So I actually need to retract part of what I just said. We did some measuring again after I shot that part of the video, and what we have cleared out is actually mainly where the septic is going to be, so where the tank and then the fingers will be. It's traditional kind of septic field. It's amazing how deceptive area can be as far as where things lie and how far out you need to go. So we didn't actually need to go back into the woods anymore. Kind of the area that we're cleaning up here is all we need to do. So we just start by taking the small trees out and then start working on getting some of the bigger ones. We kind of have the area defined that are going to be trees that we'll take out with the machine, meaning we'll dig the stump and everything out because they'll be like in the foundation of the building, versus which ones may be in the septic area. And we'll dig through those as needed, but most of them will just be ground down with the stump grinder, so that we don't disturb too much of the soil or compact the soil in that area. So go ahead and just start by getting stuff cut down and pulling what we can over into this brush pile. Even though it's kind of one of those things, it's cleaning up a mess to make a mess by creating this pile. We don't want to drag all of this stuff through our gravel path, so we'll have a dump trailer day where we bring it over in the 62, we load it in the dump trailer, and we can take it back to our new green hole. While the gravel is nice, it does kind of prohibit us from dragging stuff back there, just because we don't want to mess this up. So we get a fair amount of stuff down here. Have some more to do whenever I get done here at the end of the day. But it's a good start. It's kind of something I've been wanting to work on, just kind of have a general gist. Because as you could hear from the beginning of the video, I thought we're going to have to be in a completely different area. And even with kind of our overestimation as far as the area that we need for the septic, plus where the building's approximately going to be, we still have more than enough kind of already cleaned out, and it's mainly just getting the trees out. One of the reasons I wanted to get the trees out, even here where we have it mostly open, is just so that sunlight can continue to get down even though right now we're still in this drought period. It's going to be a time whenever we get, rain again, and this area had kind of held water before. Just, years and years of having all that kind of mulch like material underneath, it just held the water. So by getting this opened up, the light will be able to get down to it and just kind of help dry it up in general.
Alright, so we remeasured everything and found that, so these 3 trees are still standing, the bigger ones. They're going to be like right at the edge of the house, or the pole barn. So we figured that the septic field is actually going to be right in this area here. So that's why we went ahead and just cleared this area out. And basically, we'll just have fingers running and try that just as a kind of get it opened up to begin with. And we have figured we'll dig these 3 out, since the roots and everything will be in the way. Everything out there, we don't want to disrupt the soil as far as digging up and having, those pockets. So we're just cutting all these trees off at the ground, and we'll come back here with the stump grinder and grind.
So as you can see over there, tried to pull out what I could as firewood and keep it, and then other stuff just pulling over and creating it as brush. Have a lot of wood stored around the 100 acres right now that is either firewood or sawmill logs. So while we try not to be wasteful, there's a certain point where we just have so much everywhere that it's hard not to look at some stuff and just say, oh, let's let it kind of break down in the green hole. So we try to save what we can, or what is kind of a better size. It just doesn't become practical to save everything all the time. So then just using the tractor to kind of compact some of the stuff in. Since it's all green still, it doesn't want to stack very well. And this tree in particular, I think since it was growing at an angle, the limbs were just going all different directions, so that didn't want to really stack down nicely. So just kind of using the tractor to compact that. So over here, dragging this over to kind of the log yard. Since I was kind of getting the full over there behind the otter now.
Okay, so this is what we got opened up. Still have like a little tree there, some stuff over there we want to cut down, and a little bit over that direction that we'll cut instead of dig out. Once we get the small stuff out, those 2 sycamores will come. I'm going to put them on the sawmill, see how they do. Same with this one here. But just doing that, open this up quite a bit. And then we're going through and painting all the stumps blue, just so we know where they're at. Whenever we come back through with the grinder, we'll hit all these.
So thank you for watching the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. We'll continue working on getting this opened up. We'll go back through with the stump grinder, hit those. So we'll have a video on that and getting the rest of this cleaned up. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you next time.